that's also because thumbs are so fucking fat.
Well, it matches the rest of you. Welcome to Dr. DC Podcast. My name is producer Richard. And across from me is the doctor himself.
Hello.
Each week, we talk about the weird and wonderful world of DC while fielding questions from listeners like you.
You asshole.
It'd be weird if you got skinny little fingers. That wouldn't match at all.
Yeah, you're fucking hilarious.
This is part 3, day 3.
It'd be really funny. I mean, it won't happen, but it'd be really funny if by the time this episode came out, I was just ripped.
Oh my god. Yeah, that'll happen, I'm sure.
Fine, let's get into it. Part 3 of our Fanagar week.
This is Tuesday.
Something special for you guys. Hope you enjoy it. I'm having a great time.
This is
it's Tuesday. That's right. You got an episode every day since Sunday. That's why. And
you're lucky duck.
You're gonna get an episode every day until Saturday.
We're gonna give it to you every single day.
Yeah, and then we're gonna take like 3 months off because that'll be our podcast refractory period.
Oh, you mean Dogmas?
Yeah,
that's literally what.
That's true. Yeah, we take a number of weeks off after we record that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a refractory period.
Interesting.
Yeah,
hadn't thought of it that way, but that's the only way I'm going to think of it now.
No, I mean that's the best possible way to do it. God, we haven't even. I don't think we've really talked about it yet, but maybe we have a little bit on the podcast. But I stopped drinking, and so have you now.
Yeah, we both have.
But I've been not drinking for a few months now. Mine because of a medical issue.
Yeah, mine because of being fat.
Your fat fingers.
There was like a week where I was like, maybe I could just switch to gin, and then I was like, I'm just gonna.
No, yeah, no. I mean, I appreciate the thought, but
there was a part of me that's like, how can I still get drunk?
I know. Trust me.
I'm not. But I mean, because mine's not a health thing, though. Like, I could, if I wanted to, put like a cheat day in.
Yeah.
Have one drink if it's a special occasion. Or
yeah,
something like that. Like, it's nothing like that. But I'm not deep enough into this diet at this point
like,
to start doing the cheat stuff because it's going to ruin the whole thing.
Well, exactly.
So right now, I'm being very like strict about it.
But I say that because we're likely not going to be able to do the traditional Darkness this year.
Yeah, we're gonna have some like new ideas for that.
So we've got one. I think we've got a good idea. Yeah. I'm not going to say it now, but it's because it's a very long time away.
Yeah.
But it's the non-alcohol thing has been a really interesting one.
I
also am not drinking coffee, so I'm not even getting caffeine.
Oh, see, I'm drinking coffee.
Yeah.
That's happening.
Yeah. Well, you got to shit your brains out. That's how you lose weight, right?
Right? Right? I've made no other changes. No.
Just laxative twice a day and constantly drinking coffee.
It is interesting. I would certainly never say that I had like an issue with drinking. I know some people do. I wouldn't say that I was ever in that camp. However, I will say that like, for a while, my wife and I were like big on ciders or I like those Hires root beer things.
Oh,
it's the sugar thing. And because I'm not drinking pop and stuff as well, and I've also cut then those booze drinks out, it's the sugar withdrawal, and I'm like, oh fuck,
that's the problem.
In general, I think it's like, I mean, not only is it good for us, I think it's like nice too that like when people come in to guest for Darkmas, we don't have to force them to like drink with us. We don't have to be like, what? Like,
no, I mean, we're going to force them to do something else.
Yeah, we'll always force them to do something.
Yeah.
But it won't be that.
Yeah, I mean, coming on this podcast is generally by force.
Yeah. We always have to tell them it's something else.
I tried do
you want to be on WTF with Mark Maron? And then we put them in this room and we just start recording.
I did try a non-alcoholic gin the other day, and it was delicious. And
a non-alcoholic gin?
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously have heard of that with beer.
Yeah. I'd never heard of it either.
Even the sparkling drink or whatever.
For sure.
But not with
It goes
gin.
through the same sort of like process.
Right.
It tastes exactly the same. And it even gives you a bit of a buzz, but it's not.
It tastes the same?
Yeah.
Oh, see, now that's interesting because up until last year, up until last year, I didn't like gin, and then you kind of got me on it, and I'm like, I sort of dig gin now.
Yeah.
So if there's a way to do that, that's interesting.
It's from this company. I think it's called it's something with an L, but it's this company out of Vancouver. And I tried it the other day. It's because one of my friends is pregnant, and so she couldn't drink, and so she had this bottle, and she was like, oh, if you're not drinking, then like try this because it's really good. And it gives you a little bit of like the warm tinglies, which is really nice.
Right.
Whether that's psychosomatic or not, I don't really care.
I mean, it would have to be.
I don't give a shit.
It would either have to be, or it's lying.
or some part of the like, it may not disorient you, but it may still like, because of the distilling process or something, it may still give that effect. Might not be alcohol. It might be like some other part of the distilling process that gives you that feeling.
Possibly.
It didn't get me.
I'm certainly not a good enough scientist or like a distiller.
I mean, you are a scientist, but not
I'm
that
just
good.
not that good. Yeah.
But it was great, and it. I like, it's called Lunette. That's what it's called, Lunettes, and it was fucking great. And
interesting.
And it's like a nice to be able to like still feel like you're part of the process and like included at a party and things like that. It was really, really nice.
Well, because that's a thing that anyone who has like legitimately tried to stop drinking, especially if it's like more serious, like because you're trying to stop drinking.
Yeah.
That is a real obstacle. Is the social contract and the social inclusion piece of it. So yeah, I mean, it's one thing to sort of like shit on like the substitutes and that, but if that helps navigate some of those social situations.
I haven't tried the non-alcoholic beer mostly because I'm also trying to lose weight, so I just, it's not worth it, but I'd be curious to try that at some point because I do like the taste of beer, so I feel like it could potentially be a good option.
Yeah.
But yeah, the non-alcoholic gin, if you can find something like that, at least the one that I had was really good, and they can make sure they go through the same processes, so it tastes really, really similar. But I had it in like a mixed drink even, and it was great. You could tell.
Interesting.
It's strange, but it was awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that.
No, for sure. Huh. Anyways, we want to get into some questions.
Let's just get right in. We dove into the mailbag and got some questions we hadn't gotten to before.
That's right. So let's go to Twitter.
That's Twitter.
Yeah, we get more from an old friend here. Reach my berries reviews. You find on a second-rate podcast.
I mean, the continuity on these special episodes is so tight.
We're setting it up so you have to listen to every single one.
Yeah, because that was the thing that you wanted.
Yeah,
that was the worst part of our podcast, was how you could just drop in.
Yeah. No, now you have to listen to every one.
Yeah.
Different than documents where we're so fucking blasted every episode. there's no continuity. Let alone like listenable content. But
well.
Anyways, Raish asks, so one of the coolest things about Darkseid is his Omega Beam attack.
Right.
What I want to know is Darkseid controlling where the beams go, or what because what the fuck is going on here? What I want to know is Darkseid controlling where the beams go, or what because I have wondered why they go in so many directions before hitting the intended target. Right. Thoughts?
Is he controlling where the beams go, or what? Because they keep going in different directions, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And?
Dr. Literacy coming back in.
Works for me.
Right. So, yeah, the Omega beams, it aesthetically looks a little bit like Superman's heat vision, except it moves in like zigzags. And in comics and in cartoons and all sorts of stuff, it can go around objects and chase you and stuff like that. It's not just like a direct beam like Superman's heat vision.
Oh, okay.
Now, I think we can't say that Darkseid is 100% controlling all of its movements, because lots of people end up dodging them. You outrun them for a bit, or you trick them like homing missiles into like hitting each other or whatever. So I think there might be some sort of like Darkseid wills these things to go after you, but he's not controlling them past that. Why they move in a zigzag, you might just say that's just the way the Omega beam works. But the like moving around objects might be that sort of like an Omega beam version of being like a smart sort of projectile kind of thing.
Yeah.
If he were controlling them the whole way, then theoretically you would never get away from them because you could never just put something in the way of them.
Because they would get out of the way of that.
Because they would keep changing.
Yeah.
So I think it's got to be one of the things where Darkseid sort of wills them to go after someone. They kind of go off and do their own thing. Often they succeed, but not necessarily.
Yeah.
That's the way that I read it. I think it's the only way that kind of tracks if you're looking to cause as few plot holes as possible. But yeah, that's my thought.
So can you just like push something in front of it and it'll hit it sometimes?
It's usually like you have to do something else as well. Like if you were just put something up in front of you, then they would go around it and hit you. But like, for example, in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, Batman is dodging and blah, blah, and he sort of dives off a thing and they go after him and he lands on a parademon and then jumps last minute and they hit the parademon.
Yes.
So you could do stuff like that, but if Batman just like held something up, they might just go around.
Unless he did it like the last second.
Yeah, but then you got to wonder, like, how powerful are they? Would they only vaporize the thing they hit? Or if you're holding it, it's going to vaporize you anyway? Because, like, how does the beam know the difference between, like, your glove and your hand and the mirror you're holding or whatever, right? So I think it's a risky move to do something like that, too.
That makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. All right, next question comes from Stump Chunkman.
Step into the stump. Stump Chunkman. Blah!
Stump.
103.9. The Chunk.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back at the Chunk. I quit my other job and I'm back in the Chunk.
That's all right. I got a great new job over at 106.4 Hot Snakes.
Come on, Jake. I'm back at the Chunk. I lost my other job because I got too frisky.
I think we should get back together. We should start our own station. 105.1, The Sploosh.
Let's call it The Bleach.
Yeah.
Think that's great. Let's start at The Bleach. Everything's okay.
Just such a dumb bit. But, oh, God.
What are you talking about that people don't have to listen to all the episodes?
Oh, it's true.
The amount of
there's some deep lore going on in
this is Jake and Amir level like intricacies.
Yeah. I would say that we're getting there. This isn't quite the level of like
quality,
a Charles Cruise-Toost or a Dubes kind of character, but I think we might be up to like a Rick Fox. Look at something like that.
Sure, yeah. No idea who those people are.
There you go. Watch some Jake and Amir, bud.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go. Stump asks, who are the rogues for the Dr. DC podcast?
Speaking of deep lore.
Yeah. Whoa.
All right.
Good guide. That's interesting. I don't think because you could either go by the characters within it, or
what do you mean? Everything we've ever said is real and happening.
Yeah, I know, but the people who show up and try to ruin our day,
right?
So,
I mean, I think we have different rogues for each other too, because like I will say that like I would put Super Todd among my rogues, but you're seldom in the room when he shows up, so I don't know that you have a vendetta. Or anything.
Well, no, I mean I've got this massive diarrhea issue that seems to time in every time.
Well, I think he's timing it is the thing, right? He's always here and he waits for you to have to shit your brains out, and then he comes in to do some work.
I don't feel so good. 1 second.
Oh. No,
hello.
Yeah, hi, Todd.
I'm ready with the files. I got them all folded up and I'm ready to work.
Yeah,
because the folders are all on the floor. They've all been folded. I folded the folders.
Todd, did you complete your musical theater program?
That's right.
Wow, that was fast. Because I sort of
folders all alone on the floor.
People don't know this, but I actually I gave you a full ride to a musical theater
yes, you
program.
did.
No, I paid fully for it, just to get you out of my life. Basically.
Yes, and now
I'm a little bit surprised that you got through it so quickly.
Well, I may have skipped some classes, but what's great is now I can use my new musical ability to sing while I work.
Oh, that's
gonna fold the folders 'cause they're on the floor.
Yeah,
I am Super Todd. I've showed up here and
Todd.
Super Todd 1-4.
Todd, I'm looking for the right words to say this, but instead,
I love you too.
But instead, I'm just gonna say, I hate you so much.
I love you too. Wait,
I hate you. You're bad at your job.
Some say that I've just revolutionized the position.
No, you're just
innovation comes with Todd.
I have doubts that anything comes with Todd.
Oh, join me and we can come together.
Oh no! I think Richard's done in there. I think he's coming back.
Oh my god, my stomach!
Never do that during an episode again.
Have diarrhea?
Never. No, have it. But have it here. Never leave.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, it's better. I'd rather have that on the floor than all these fucking
what the fuck is all of these folded
laminated waxed files?
Well, yeah. I mean, how are you supposed to get inside those folders if they've been laminated?
That's what I've
shut?
been saying. Which is why I think Super Todd is among my rogues. What about you? Like who's in the history of this podcast? Who is the bane of your existence?
I wonder who could possibly.
Anyone?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like one of them has gotten rid of already, so that helps.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't really be a rogue from beyond the grave.
Post rogue.
Yeah. Who else? Like who? Do you have a? I feel like you're often not here when the other people come in.
It's interesting. There was a previous producer.
What about me? Why don't you come down to my swamp? I'll tell you about reality.
Yeah, Shrek Morrison is definitely on my list of least favorite characters.
There's a bunch of vibrational fart frequencies.
My comb's made of mud.
I look out of the panel and I see an ugly ogre. It's me looking back at me because I'm my own creator here in my swamp.
If that's even what it is.
If that's what it is at all.
Some say that society is the swamp within all of us. Yeah, Shrek Morrison is definitely my enemy.
Yeah, you don't like Shrek Morrison?
No, I don't particularly love Shrek Morrison. No, and maybe the previous producer for this podcast.
Who?
Who?
Yeah, I think we that's a pretty good like dark trinity of
Chad Bokelman.
I mean, he might list you as one of his rogues.
Yeah. Well, that's the best. I mean, that's true. Hero villain repertoire is that we both think that we're the hero of our story.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're ultimate rogue more than any one person or
myself
or being. I think it's you.
Oh God! If I only just didn't...
Listen. We all heard issue 127, the emotional spectrum.
Was that really what the episode was?
Yeah, where you essentially
how apt was that?
Essentially, like. Said you were going to kill yourself on air because the audio was a little bit worse than usual.
I mean,
it's completely listenable.
I mean,
we listen to lots of podcasts.
It went through the fucking computer, and I shouldn't even have released it, but we had an episode, and I didn't have time to put out a new one, so I had to.
Yeah, but you didn't just put it out or put a note on it. You recorded something yourself and said. If you don't want to listen, I understand.
I have no interest.
This is so bad. I'm so sorry. We don't want you to be disappointed in this. Just feel like I let you down. And no one's gonna ever. I love you guys so much.
Whoa! I didn't say that. Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, sorry.
I didn't say I love them.
Well, I'm editorializing.
That's hilarious that it came out on the emotional spectrum episode.
Oh yeah.
And I got emotional at the beginning of the emotional spectrum.
Yeah, it wasn't really a spectrum, though. It was only grief. Yeah.
That's hysterical. Who else you got on yours?
You know, I mean, I guess he's a rogue in that he's like just incalculably yes, evil. But like, I don't dislike him, which maybe says something about me. I mean, evil Alfred.
Oh, yes.
I mean, the most diabolical of them all.
Yes. I mean, he gave us some of our most favorite things, so.
Our most favorite superhero.
Yeah.
Completely at the grace of my own, Joe Chill's own doing. And just what a fabulous coincidence that at the exact moment that young Master Wayne needed a little bit of motivation, I had a suit for him to eventually grow big enough and determined enough to fill.
Alfred! I'm here to pick you up from army!
I'm sorry, Mother, I'm coming. I'm only 7 years old.
Yes. Hurry up now. Leave the army.
I think he's in my rogues. I think the drill sergeant
It's right.
from our Alfred Begins Patreon
Some
episode.
just aren't ready for the army experience.
Yeah.
Some aren't tough enough.
I think, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's people that I don't think I have a vendetta against, but
yeah.
I think we've also sort of like banished some, like Buffalo Phil Seymour Hoffman. We haven't seen him in a while. We haven't seen the Legion of Matthew McConaughey's in a while.
That's true.
Great Lakes hasn't shown up.
No, wow, didn't he recently?
Oh, he did recently.
Yeah.
That's right. He's in and out. Yeah, there's a few that we don't see.
Is Simon King on your list?
Simon King came this close to me hating comic books.
I feel like
making me hate comic books.
I feel like he's the anti-Morris.
Simon King also 100% punked me.
Oh yeah,
by calling in as Kyle Kinane.
Oh god, that was so good.
Which is it was incredible. It was so funny. I love it.
I totally forgot about those.
Simon, you're amazing, but I was not in on the joke.
Well, it was a few in that we got before.
I know. I did like 3. I was like, wow. Kyle's listening. Nice.
Who was it? Like Picard or something? Like it was somebody that like finally I think you realized.
Yeah, it took a while.
I
was not in on the
God,
joke.
That was so funny. God, I completely forgot I did that.
That was pretty funny.
Oh God, that was great.
Yeah, I think those are some of the assembled rogues of our podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. God, we got to bring Simon King back.
Oh yeah.
See what he's got a few things to say about Batman.
We've done that. We've done that. We'll find something else for him.
Get him to read us some Green Lantern and see what he thinks.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's leave Twitter and head on over to Instagram.
Now we're going to Instagram, take some questions and answer them.
Got a little bit sweaty in here. Next question comes from Josh Gill.
Gill. Sexy Gill.
Oh, yeah. I'm up late and Josh Gill's ready for you. Josh Hub. .tk.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Josh asks, do you think Mr. Miracle lets Big Barda tie him up, or is it just not as fun since he can escape from anything?
Oh, right. I see. Yeah. I mean, the part of this where Mr. Miracle appreciates a dominant woman is clear because he's with Big Barda in general.
Oh, yeah. I can appreciate that.
Like they get pretty sexy in that Mr. Miracle series.
Yeah.
That part of it, yes. Now, the question here is Mr. Miracle a good enough sport to let Barda tie him up and him not escape? Because it's more fun for her that way. Or is he like compelled to escape? If she was like, let me tie you up, would he be like, but I can get out of this? Like, in the way that like you feel about audio, like, could he let it go?
Oh, that's interesting.
That's my question. Really.
Yeah, but because it could be if he could get out, how could you not?
Yeah.
If you could make it,
or do you think he like? Do you
also,
think
that's not just
be like, yeah, of course I can get out, but this is fucking fun.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. That's the bit that I'm not 100% sure
Yeah,
about.
the difference is I would never release something that sounds bad just because it sounds fun.
Or is that the challenge to Barda?
Oh,
is like,
make something
I can't escape.
Yeah, but there's nothing that exists.
Interesting. Let me just think about Mr. Miracle and Big Barda having sex for a little while I think about this.
I'm going to need some time with this.
Yeah.
Bleach Boy.
No, not yet.
No, it's Cum Man. I'm
gonna.
What you texted me the other day that you created you created Cum Man by accident?
Oh, yeah, I did. God damn it!
What was that? You coming up with a character or something like that?
I did something, and it made me think of Cum Man. My answer to Josh, just generally, is that I think Mr. Miracle. I think they stay away from the bondage play because I don't think Mr. Miracle can see a trap and not escape it. Oh. I think he just I think he enjoys it. I don't know that it's necessarily like a compulsion like the Riddler or something like that, but I think it's too much fun for him. So I think they probably stay away from that. But the idea of him liking a dominant woman and all that kind of stuff, that 100% tracks. Absolutely, yes. Now
I really want to know where the Cum Man thing came from.
Yeah, I can't. Wow, we talk a lot.
Yeah.
Literally, anytime I look at my phone, my wife says, "How's Richard doing?"
And the answer's always the same. Not good. Not good at all.
Here. Oh, right. I said, I wish I could scream one word and get ripped. Instead, I scream ice cream, 2 words straight down my mouth hole. And then you wrote, the only word you scream that changes your body is Chris Evans. And then I wrote, Henry Cavill, sploosh. And then you wrote, ha ha ha. And then I wrote, oh fuck, I just reinvented Cum Man. And then you wrote, hey, was that Henry Cavill? I'm gonna come.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Then you sent me that meme about the breakfast Denethor prepares to his sons. That was only a couple of days ago. I had to scroll for 6 minutes.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the last question, which means we're leaving Instagram and we're heading on over to Reddit.
Where everyone's nice and no one's ever mean.
100% of the time.
That's right.
Legitimately.
We have a perfect batting average.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Either they don't know it exists or they're very happy about it.
Hey, that's my sweet spot. Popular enough that the people that like us will comment, and not popular enough that the people that don't like us feel like it's worth saying anything.
Yeah.
That's the sweet spot, baby.
The last question comes from Refrigininja. Nice. Who asks, Grant Morrison has given more depth and nuance to characters in the DC universe from Animal Man to Green Lantern to the multiverse itself. Do you think even he would be able to come up with a more lore-friendly and brilliant reason for the boob window on Power Girl's outfit than the current one?
Right. So, just a refresher. The current, in continuity explanation of why she had that boob window.
There was a symbol on it.
Which she does not currently have. Because now she wears the crest of the House of L.
Yeah.
But she was saying, I didn't feel like I deserved it.
The House of L.
I earned it, blah, blah, blah. So there's just this hole here. But it's you could have just worn white.
Yeah.
But that was the quote-unquote
reason
for the boob window.
Just such a barely a reason.
But really, what are you supposed to do, right? The boob window was there because people wanted to look at her tits when they first started drawing her, right? Years later, someone was like, we should pretend that there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
And wrote that. And it's fine. It's an okay cover-up. Sort of, pardon the pun, of that thing. But if you had to imagine what Morrison might come up with, how do you think he would explain the in continuity reason for the boob window?
Oh, that's really interesting. Because it would have to be something like way bigger than like as if there was like a small society that lives inside of her boobs, and the only way that like they can get sunlight is through the opening in her outfit.
I mean, maybe it's a thing where, you know, as she's growing up, maybe like there's this hidden story where Luthor had stabbed her with kryptonite or something.
Yeah.
And they got the kryptonite out and they saved her life, but there's still like kryptonite remains in there. The only thing that stops the poison from spreading is continuous direct sunlight. So she had to have the window
there it is.
to keep the kryptonite poisoning at bay until she was an adult and they found a cure and they got rid of it, and now she can just wear a normal uniform again.
Oh, I think that's it.
That's the best I can come up with. I don't know what Morrison would do,
but I feel like that's this.
Yeah, I think you're probably closer. That it has to be weirder. It would be like a society,
that's inside of her boobs,
or it would be like there was a society that lived on the crest or whatever. She had it for a bit, and then like they couldn't survive like her, you know, being in the fray and fighting, so she had to like take the crest off and like it's her like Bottle City of Kandor sort of situation, and so she keeps the window there to remind her what's missing, that she's got to like fight for those people or something, or like, it could be something like that,
or she like goes through some adventure where she encounters all the like multiverse other versions of her, and they all have the crest, and the way that she feels like she can differentiate herself from them is by removing it,
right? Or she goes into the multiverse and they all have the boob window, and she goes, you know, I can be proud of this too. Yeah. And then she gives herself the boob window, and then she looks out at the reader and says, I'm not here for you to look at. This makes me feel good. Oh. You fucker.
I mean, yeah. That doesn't feel like it's a Morrison thing, but it does.
Well, the
feel
fucker
like...
thing, that's probably not. Morrison wouldn't call you a fucker, I guess.
No.
But, yeah.
No, he would literally be like, you, Richard.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
Shit.
It's that time again.
Yeah.
Dial Doc. Based on Dial H for hero, you get the magic H dial. You type hero or evil, and you become a never-before-seen hero or villain with previously unseen crazy powers and a wacky name and all this sort of stuff. And we've been doing it since episode 60 or something. And every episode we come up with new characters to add to the Heroverse. Do you have one, Richard?
I mean, I do.
Is it at all related to the last question?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh no. I don't. That smile, man.
My character's name is my character's name is Mole-esque.
Oh no. Oh no.
He has the ability to dig holes under any surface.
Right.
But if someone says don't dig there, then he's not allowed to.
Well, that's good. At least that he understands consent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's mole-esque.
So his weakness is just people telling him to stop what he's doing. Right.
Yeah.
But he's mole-esque.
Yeah.
Because he can dig.
Yeah.
Right. Christ almighty. Okay, mine is called Ball of Karn. And
okay,
not at all because I saw the ball of yarn over there.
That's not yarn either. That's a dryer ball.
Yeah, I know, but it just made me think of a ball.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
So Ball of Karn is basically a collection of like 10 to 20 versions of TV actor Richard Karn fused into one big Katamari ball. With like many arms and legs sticking out.
Well,
so it can walk or climb or punch, but it also it operates as one unit. So this giant ball of Karn, can sort of roll, can crush things, can, I'm mostly just roll and crush things, but but it's made entirely of like 10 to 20 versions of TV actor Richard Karn. That's Ball of Karn.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love Ball of Karn. Can he collect more Richard Karns if he rolls over them?
Yeah, if there are more Richard Karns, like in the multiverse or something, then he works on Katamari rules.
Oh.
So he can't just pick up houses and birds,
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he can pick up Richard Karnes.
Yeah, is his weakness the sound refraction from a?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. His catchphrase is "I don't think so, Tim."
yeah.
Fun fact: the Ball of Karn briefly hosted Family Feud.
Yeah, was not its best season.
No, definitely not.
No,
A weirdly angry version of Family Feud.
yeah, a little
I would
bit.
say, yeah.
Actually, yeah. Wow. So we've got Ball of Karn and Molesque.
Amazing.
We would love to hear what characters you residents can come
Send
up
your
with.
dial dogs. Hashtag dial dog.
Yeah, go to the usual places.
That's right.
That's it for
Oh,
today.
I forgot. Yeah, we're just plowing through in these short ones, baby.
That's right.
That's right.
Tomorrow,
regular episode.
Oh yeah,
Full length episode, I should say, not just regular. Full
like
length
6
episode.
inches.
Yeah,
of episode.
It's normal.
A normal full length.
Normal
full
length episode.
Ciao, ciao.
Adios.
They always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure. They are men of might.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.